Hi, Mark here from the Tangent Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty
Hey enthusiasts, what's going on? This is Salty Language, episode 361.
Not the 360th podcast in the network anymore, but still the sexiest.
That's right.
Sexiest. Still the sexiest.
That's right. We spun around once and one just degree past that.
Exactly.
Because we're not great at math.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because, 369, damn she fine. Something like that.
Boy.
I should probably have that ready to go for episode 369.
Yeah, you really should. Well, yeah. People now, if they don't hear
alert.
it. Yeah.
Our dumb fans will forget about it.
Now we sound like we're Vince McMahon. Because anytime in wrestling, it's been rumored over the years that, well, not rumored. I've heard the story from people who've worked inside enough that they would talk about, they'd say something to Vince about a storyline thing and they'd be like, well, we did this already. And he'll be like, they'll never remember that,
Exactly. I'm Vince McMahoning everyone right now.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay, Vince.
Yeah. Meanwhile, now you've got podcasts left and right that are all like, well, actually, Vince,
Yeah. Well, on February 17th of the year 1988,
I don't know how you don't remember that. Yeah.
I have it cataloged in my Dewey Decimal System of wrestling pay-per-views and events that I keep strategically in my closet.
Oh, man. So accurate, though.
Damn it, Willie the Wrestler. That's the podcast. I can only assume Willie the Wrestler.
That's a terrible name.
It's alliteration. And his name's William.
Yeah, but how
His
many
friends
times?
call him Bill.
I was gonna say how many times is he gonna get called Willie Wrestler though? You know, that's
His whole life, and he embraced it.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
it's kind of like thumb wrestling, but with the
Yes.
nethers. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that seems really weird, actually.
That'd be weird. Exactly. Luchador mask. Right on the helmet.
Oh, for sure. Listen,
Definitely.
dude, if there aren't luchador mask condoms out there, somebody's dropped the fucking ball.
You know what?
That may be the smartest thing I've ever
There's
said.
an opportunity here. You could have superheroes.
Oh, for sure, right?
Who wouldn't want a bat dick?
That sounds weird, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do. I mean,
who are you? I'm Batman.
where does he
Where's
get that
my
wonderful
dick is?
toys? You're putting him over dildos? Oh, man. Sorry, folks. There may be some coughing on this episode.
There's a whole world to explore here.
Right.
Fucking theme condoms. You don't want the Chewbacca. That's weird.
Oh, that's pretty weird. Yeah. I don't
You're
think...
like we're a rabbit, basically.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think at any point that it, like, furred for her pleasure is going to be...
There's some dudes out there that are like, that's my catch line on my Tinder account, furred for her pleasure.
Well, it's going to be on mine now. No, I'm kidding.
Right?
I haven't even looked at Tinder in, I don't know, months now. There's no point. Also busy. So, yeah, that's... I mean, I know over the years there's been, like there's Kiss condoms, and there have been different gimmick condoms like that, I'm sure, but... Well, and there's some where they're unlicensed, like that one that, I'm sure you've seen it tons of times on the internet, the one with like Darth Vader on it, that says like, I am not your father or something like that, or I don't remember. Or wear this, or I don't know. Something to do with that, but it's not, I can't imagine Disney licensing condoms.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it made them enough money.
Condoms.
Yeah.
Results are pretty shitty.
That's too bad. Well,
I know, right?
Maybe it isn't.
I know, there could be a whole market here.
Yeah, we can finally release Hobo Gulch condoms.
Oh, that's exactly what he already has, STIs in it.
In it, on it.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't recommend putting this on with your mouth.
Yeah, no.
No.
Like, what lubricant do these condoms use? Oh, it's hobo jizz.
It's just hobo juice. It's just, whatever they scrape off of them.
That's the bottled lubricant. Hobo juice.
Yeah. We bathe the hobos like once, every 6 or 7 months? And we just...
I bathe, you mean fire hose.
Yeah. So we just take whatever comes off of them and,
Yeah.
process it.
Whatever runs down Hobo Creek.
Oh, God. Yeah. Hobo butter? Nope.
All the rage on the West Coast. Everyone loves it under toast.
Wow, look at you, Ryman.
Could I get a whole grain wheat toast with a schmear of hobo butter?
It's only served with schmears.
Yeah, only.
Well, that's a great disgusting way to kick the show off.
Let's be honest. Hobos could be the future livestock.
I think we've covered this already. I think we kind of talked about how we treat them that way in Hobo Gulch.
Dude, you know how delicious a hobo ribeye would be? A free-range, dumpster-fed hobo ribeye?
With hobo butter on top, of course. Herbed hobo butter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a hobo butter, God damn it, I forgot. A compound hobo butter.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm not eating
my dad, it's just whatever he was sleeping in the night before.
Pretty much. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you want to eat at the Hobo Gulch restaurant. No,
it's terrible.
That's a bad idea, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You wonder why there's no hobo graveyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn it.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's amazing how fries get out of. I mean, we're like the American Indians.
Mm-hmm.
No part of hobo goes unused.
Nope, none.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow, that really derailed. I was gonna talk a couple other wrestling things, but then we got, all about, turning hobos into foodstuffs.
You'll have that, Brian.
Yeah, you're right. It does happen a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree of factory farming hobos.
Oh,
myself.
yeah, for sure. No, you can't keep them in a cage.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you just got to let them free range, like you said, and
Right.
let them eat out of the dumpster as God intended. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. God damn it. Now when I'm working tomorrow, I'm going to see some random homeless guy. I'm like, oh, there's a free ranger.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
I mean, just hobos being hobos provide the best meat, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like deer hunting, That deer was a deer. Now it's like steak and it tastes delicious.
Exactly.
Same thing with hobos. Just hobos being hobos. One thing he's, under a bridge. Next thing he's on a grill. It's crazy.
Delicious.
Delicious.
It's what he would have wanted,
Yeah. How are we going to feed all these future generations? Clearly, Salty Language Labs hobo meat.
Yep. We may have to change the name. People may not embrace hobo meat.
You don't think so?
I'm just saying they may not. We'll have to, do some, I can't think what it's called now.
Some market research?
Yeah.
Do some think tanking?
Yeah, exactly. Terrible.
What is some other corporate jargon? We're going to blue sky this?
I like it. You're thinking outside the refrigerator box on this one.
Right. Definitely.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, street meat rhymes.
But street
But it
meat
doesn't sound great.
Yeah, plus people, when they think of street meat, they think of like tacos in other countries, or just like that one that was on No Reservations where the guy just reaches into the bag and hands him a handful of meat, basically.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Which is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen a person eat. Because who knows? That was probably just hobo. That's probably what was going on in there.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Someone's cutting into our market.
Yeah,
That's what I know.
Just marinated in some deliciousness, and then, you just hand somebody a handful of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just, you put it in a black, like a Glad bag. You need one of those hefty sacks so they stretch a little bit. Just fill it up with Steel Reserve. Maybe some of that fruity Steel Reserve.
Oh. Like the Bookberry?
Like a Blackberry Thunder or something. Whatever they call their dumb things.
Whoa, Blackberry? It's Bookberry, remember?
Oh yeah, Bookberry, that's right. Forgot.
Because BLK, because...
Yeah, Bookberry.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, all right, we should probably get off the subject of
Yeah,
slaughtering hobos
fine.
to feed future generations.
Fair enough.
Great.
Alright, well, let me get some business out of the way real quick here.
Business.
First of all, in the last episode, I mentioned our pal Corey's podcast. It apparently looks like they haven't put a new episode up since May, so sorry about that if you went and downloaded hoping for a new episode. So
First off, what a bum.
Yeah, it looks like that's happened to him a few times, so I don't know what's gone on there, but yeah. Anyway.
Consistency is key, my friend.
It's true. Exactly.
That's why our hobos stay so delicious.
It's true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a tried and true family recipe.
Tried and true. Exactly.
That family and that family.
Yeah.
Terrible. Back when the Pod Gods Network existed, there's a podcast on there called Doing the Job, which is a wrestling podcast that I like to listen to. And I'm part of a group on Facebook with, we talk wrestling and what have you. And, their last episode was or the newest one they posted was episode 300. So, congratulations to them for hitting 300.
Yeah. This is Sparta and whatnot.
It is, yeah.
Fucking holding strong at the hot gates.
True enough. Still going, still coming in with the strength and everything. And, like I said, the group's a lot of fun to be part of. And what have you. So I don't think they listen, but it's still, if anyone's listening, you want a wrestling podcast to listen to. I mean, they're not like insiders or whatever, but they go on weird tangents sometimes. Like they talk about cheese sometimes because the shows were like Raw and SmackDown, or if they're terrible, they'll go into a tangent about like something else instead.
You should, next time in a group, you should remind them to go on a tangent about how we're 61 episodes ahead of them. Not counting the enthusiast
right,
episodes.
I was just going to say, plus the enthusiast, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, that's the wrestling stuff. Yep, that's the business I wanted to handle. I just want to say congrats to those guys and such.
Yeah, well, it's always a nice little shout out for them.
Well, it is, and we know it's not easy to, put a show out every week. So,
no.
I mean, yeah, we make it look easy.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, geez.
Because we don't take days off. Yeah.
I mean, if someone saw our terrifying karate exhibitions, they'd be like, that looks so easy.
You're right. You're totally right.
So it's the same idea.
Right. So yeah, like I said, whenever a podcast hits 300, I mean, we've talked about this before, but whenever a podcast hits a big number, 100, 200, 300, that's a
361.
Yeah, 361. That's a really big thing because there's so many of them that don't make it anywhere near that number.
No, I mean, honestly, if they get to 100, it's like, all right, they're on to something.
Yeah, they're a legacy.
Yeah, for love of the game right there.
Right.
Because I imagine, there's 8 million podcasts out there. How many of them make it past 25?
Yeah, I was going to say 25 or 50. It's like, I don't know how many podcasts I've listened to over the years that, like, all of a sudden you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Nope. Now, granted, some of them are like
us.
Yeah.
Like us, like doing the job. We're sitting in the jungle. We don't even bother for helmet anymore.
Nah.
We got our fatigues are tattered, and here comes the new guys off the plane. Like, geez, fresh meat.
These guys, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And some of them will join our ranks,
right,
about the old grizzled veterans, but most of them are going to just die in the bush.
Yeah, they're all fresh-cheeked and thinking they're going to make money on their podcast. And
exactly, all polished up and shit. And it's like,
meanwhile, we're over here eating hobos. So,
yeah, exactly. We're in the real world for rusted knives.
Yep, just trying to make it through.
Yep, make it through the day, just trying to live.
Staring at folded, dirty pictures up. Well, I guess that was a bad choice of words. I was going to say folded up, dirty pictures of our gals back home, but I didn't mean that dirty as in sensual. I meant dirty as in like,
dirty.
They've been on the ground. Yeah.
Like we're opening up fresh mail and it's full of titties and Chipotle gift cards. Like,
that's what I did all week.
The world still exists out there, man.
Dude, that's all I've eaten this week are titties and Chipotle gift cards. So
eating titties.
I didn't even go to Chipotle. I just ate the gift cards.
Yep.
Delicious.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah, here comes these guys fresh off the boat. Mom always said I'd be a good podcaster. Kadoosh, headshot.
Ah, jeez.
Another one's down.
Put your lid back on, kid. Like in Saving Private Ryan when that guy takes his helmet off and, like, for the first time, basically, and then, gets Kennedy'd. So.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry, spoilers for anyone.
That's hilarious.
I don't want to ruin
the
anything.
Old Dealey Plaza spoiler.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody.
That's what they called that day. The Dealey Plaza spoiler.
Oh, jeez. That's terrible.
Got ruined.
Yeah. Terrible, but accurate.
Woo!
Well, speaking of, war-related things, 4th of July is coming up. See what I did there with the Tom Cruise movie?
I can hear explosions in the background right now.
Yeah, I haven't heard as many tonight. Last night I heard some. People must still, because of work tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, my cock-knocker neighbors yesterday were just... My dog is freaking out, well, not freaking out like a lot of dogs do, but she did go off and she'd stand up and look at us and then come over and be like, I'm just going to be by you for like 10 minutes and stare at you.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go lay down. Then I'm going to come back and stare at you. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, dog. There's nothing I can do right now.
Yeah, right. It sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
That's why, like the cat that we have, she gives no shits about it. Like every once in a while, like if things are real quiet and then there's like a boom kind of one, you know, she'll be like, like, you know,
exactly.
But otherwise she's just like whatever and just keeps, you know, she just does what she does. And the dog doesn't seem too bad about him. Again, unless it's something really loud or whatever, but you know, my last cat could hear like a sparkler light and freak out. So yeah. But
yeah, I'm not, I like 4th of July because I like getting together family and cookouts and
yeah,
all that bullshit.
Celebrating America, liberating a bunch of beers from cans.
Exactly.
Or bottles.
Recycling, getting those minerals back to the earth because once I take all that tasty beer out of it,
yep.
I feel like I'm dying all of a sudden.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I could probably do without all the kadoosh. And I have no, like, minimal interest in going to see a fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's like, hey, we're going to go meet at the, whatever that new Metro Park is downtown. And
nope.
Nah, I'm super good. We did that one year. And it was a fucking nightmare to get out of downtown.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been downtown for fireworks once, and I was like, I'm never coming back here for this. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. If you live down there.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of people who live down there now. Whatever, sure.
Yeah, because you can walk home, take your time, whatever. Yeah,
exactly. But like for us, you know, we literally live in a different state from where most fireworks displays are.
Yeah.
I know it's not that far to the city, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I do know what you're saying though. Yeah, but a drive that should be 20 minutes downtown, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Like on that night, it's like an hour and a half. And I know
it'll be 20 minutes there.
Yeah.
Leaving is what we're talking about.
Yeah. I know there's somebody living in some city like LA or something going, that's it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Like hell, if I want to go to the corner convenience store, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Do you have any 4th of July plans per se?
Not as of right now, no. I mean, it is weird that it falls on a Wednesday too, you know, but.
Dude,
I
Thursday, hate it.
Whatever it is, I don't remember.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because it sucks for me because I work tomorrow, Tuesday, then I have a day off, then I work Thursday, Friday. So this is some bullshit.
Yeah, it's too bad when that happens that they can't go, you know what, we're just going to pick a Monday or a Friday. Like, you know, like we're going to give you guys like a Monday or Friday off and we're not going to fuck with the middle of the week.
Right. Although I know we're currently recording a show and stuff, but you know, I'm doing ribs Friday. You're more welcome. Come over, Brian.
Maybe I do have plans.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The ribs are sitting in my fridge right now.
Right. Well, anyone who follows me on Instagram or Snapchat, if you just see a picture of me just dead on the ground with like, you know, barbecue all over my face, you'll understand. What happened to Brian? Check out the Salty Language Instagram.
Yep. Dead from ribs.
He just flies buzzing over. I look like the Joker, but it's just barbecue sauce, you know?
We'll get a sweet animation that says ribs, and then it like it goes static like a horror movie, and it just says R.I.P.
Ooh, nice. Because I was going to go Grand Theft Auto and go with the wasted one.
I like that better.
Yeah.
Like you taking one last rib bone to the face, and then it goes black and white.
As I'm falling to the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Clutching my chest. Yeah. Yeah.
That's way better. My idea was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's terrible. Yours is way better.
I like them both,
Fuck
actually.
my idea, Brian.
Okay, fine. With a luchador condom.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know, it seems like
Hit it with a dragon salt or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like, you know, you slide on the luchador mask condom, it seems like she's going to expect you to do a lot of tricks then. You know?
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Like, if you're not doing flippy doos off the ropes and hurricane ranas and shit, it's like, what's even going on here? This isn't, you know.
Yeah, she needs to respect the lucha, obviously.
Yeah.
Respect the lucha.
Right.
I would definitely, you know, I mean, I don't know how sexy a hurricane rana is.
Hurricane rana.
Yeah. Yes. That's her move.
Pull the old Rey Mysterio instead of, you know, the 619, which is, you know, a little different than the normal 69, but, you know, again, lucha, you got to make it exciting. So
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a terrible.
I mean, although sign me up for a handicap match.
Right. 2 guys and you, right?
Wait, what?
Well, you gonna wrestle women? Come on.
Well, yeah, I'm totally Andy Kaufman.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh man. So that's what you're doing on 4th of July, huh? Just
yeah,
making some
ribs and wrestling ladies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, that sounds like if you saw that up on a sign for a bar, you're like, let's go.
I go, okay.
Ribs and wrestling ladies. I mean, yeah.
No, we're just low key in it. Gonna have when Jeannie was supposed to go watch a movie with one of her friends, but said they're gonna come over here. You've met him before, Brian. She used to work with.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come here because I'm like, well, I would like to. How about you don't go away? I'd like to do ribs and stuff. So
yeah,
come here, watch movies or do whatever. And then I was like, I should invite somebody as well. So I also have someone to talk.
So am I your date then? Is that what's going on?
Yes. Yeah, we're dating now.
Damn it.
I'll present you flowers.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Better be classy.
Flowers made out of rib bones.
Oh, well.
And it'll be a, ribs and beer and situation.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it really does. I haven't had... Anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll stop making plans on the show.
Well, also, talking about... I'm like just salivating thinking about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So how was your week, sir?
It was a good week.
Mm-hmm.
It was hot. I mean, obviously it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
I think the whole country's dying from heat right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes. So obviously it's been brutally hot here.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later because I like doing shit chronologically.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Last weekend, the old family went on a whole adventure through Michigan.
Yeah.
You betcha, sir. We went up to Ann Arbor, took the kids with us and whatnot because we wanted to go see Jurassic Park at the IMAX or Jurassic World. Oh
yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil the movie or anything, but they definitely left it wide open for a whole situation to happen.
What? They never do that.
I get honestly kind of sick of the old Hollywood, just leaving the door wide open. It's like, God, would you stop milking stuff?
Just write a new story. It's just that easy.
It's that simple. Exactly, right?
Yeah. Well, especially like now, you've got a situation where like whatever technology it is that, they clone the dinosaurs from or whatever. It's like, okay, that could easily have been, some of it could have been stolen and sold off to this or this. And you can just constantly go, here's where they got it. You don't even have to have left another, you don't even have to leave it open really. It's just there,
Right.
At some point, somebody could be like, I don't know, what's his name? Newman. I forgot his character name in the movie.
Oh,
but
yeah, Newman.
Yeah.
I think it was Newman.
Where he was going to try to escape with, stuffs.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Whatever. It wasn't a terrible movie, but it wasn't the most amazing movie I've ever seen. But we've been doing like a monthly movie with the kids, so
right.
that was this month's Jurassic World, and it was all right. But the highlight for today, well, not now because we did a lot of shit that day. We dude, I found
hold on.
I'm holding.
You can't talk about a movie and just not rate it.
Oh, you're right.
Are we going shirtless Kylos, or are we moving to something new? I feel like we should move to something new with dinosaurs, like half-eaten guys on the toilet or something.
Well, hold on, I got you.
Okay.
We're gonna go. This is a 5 scale.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 2.75.
Okay.
Open-shirted Chris Pratt's.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay. Because it wasn't amazing, but wasn't terrible.
No, we're talking like
slightly over 50%.
Now Chris Pratt, not Parks and Rec Chris Pratt, right?
Either way, they're both great.
You're right. Either one's sexy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, bro. I dialed in a while ago. This dumpling place.
Yeah.
I know. Stick with me. Because my wife loves dumplings. Chinese, Asian, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a place in Yipsy called Yising Dumplings.
Okay.
And I saw them on Instagram. I'm like, holy shit, bookmarked. We're going here at some point.
Yeah.
Motherfuck, this place is delicious.
Really?
It's a good sign when you walk in. There was only a couple people in there, but when we left, the whole restaurant was full and it wasn't very big.
Mm-hmm.
We were the only white people in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was just Asians. I'm like, this is how you know this place is legit as fuck.
Right. Just a bunch of Indian people in there. Yeah.
Yes. Like American Indians.
No, you said Asians.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh,
come on,
man.
Come on, man.
But dude, I mean, I don't know if you're a dumpling fan. Fucking legit.
I don't really know. I was just trying to think if I've really... I mean, the only dumplings I've really had are like chicken and dumplings. So...
Oh, dude, like you haven't had the old...
No.
Oh,
well,
dude.
Not that I can think of. Let me put it that way. Maybe I mean, you know, my memory's terrible. So...
Fair enough.
It could be I've blocked out terrible dumplings, or, you know, who knows at this
sort
point.
of delicious, like, pork situation. Then we had, like, lamb and cilantro dumplings.
Oh, boy.
Dude, they were so good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we actually we had it all figured out because we got all these dumplings. And we got 2 meals, and the whole family split everything, and we ate everything. It was perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we did that. Went and saw the movie. And then we're like, hey, because we're in the process of slowly piecing together our bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
The sink we needed was at IKEA. Okay. So we're like, all right, we got to go to IKEA and buy the sink. And we went in like SEAL Team 6 because we knew exactly what we were getting.
Right, okay.
So that wasn't that bad. But we also stopped when we were in, because the theater is like in between Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped at this ice cream place called Blank Slate in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
It's all like in-house made ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I mean, I like ice cream.
Yeah.
This place, though, this is a different level.
Okay.
Like Leah had a s'mores ice cream, and I watched a video on Instagram. They toast all their marshmallow cream before they mix it into the ice cream.
Oh, interesting.
So it tastes like a s'mores.
Right.
I had some sort of coffee situation. They make all their waffle cones to order.
Perfect. Man, that's how.
Fuck it.
That's the way to get waffle cones when they're still a little warm. Right? Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, the place is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Legit ass ice cream up in Ann Arbor.
That's what they should just call it.
It should be called that.
Legit ass
They probably tried that, and they're like, no, we can't. People don't really like that.
I think we're in a world now where I think you could get away with it. I mean, look, like Big Gay Ice Cream, the truck in New York or whatever, you know? Like, years ago, that wouldn't have flown. You know, a lot of people have been like, no. I mean, I know New York's a progressive city and everything, but there'd be a lot of people going, you know. Meanwhile, I'm like, whatever. Give me some ice cream. I don't care what the truck's called.
So I can finally debut my ice cream truck that's tits out and Sundays?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait, tits out and Sundays or on Sundays?
No, I don't want to just limit to one day.
Okay. Oh, I guess
and I
you
don't
could
want titties in my ice cream.
Really?
Well, all right, maybe.
Maybe. I was like, come on, let's not rule anything out here. Man. Yeah, the first ice cream you can release will be the old hobo butter. Slow churned hobo butter.
Yeah, slow churned hobo butter.
Oh, God.
Praline swirl.
That's horrible.
You don't know where pralines come from.
No, you don't. Or how we press the waffle cones.
Yeah, oh boy. Yeah, you definitely don't want to know that.
No.
Yeah.
Yee.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's just a really textured psoriasis.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
Ain't funny.
But yeah, I mean, the old trip through Michigan worked out well. Like we hit Trader Joe's, you know, we just kind of just putzed around Ann Arbor for a while. And
yeah, I'm still never been in one of those stores because there's not one. I mean, Ann Arbor's not
really
that far.
Had one around there.
Yeah, it's not that far, but still, it's like, I don't really want to drive all the way up there for, grocery store.
You might find it shocking. We bought groceries and beer.
Huh.
Because for some reason, you go to Ann Arbor, we always hit Trader Joe's. We usually hit like Lucky's Market, which is another cool grocery store.
Okay.
And it's, we always end up spending money on it. We're like, oh, we need this and this and this. And like, oh, hey, they have beer that I want because, it's further into Michigan.
Right.
They have rare beers.
Yep.
So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of my days on the weekend. How about you? I like tagging back and forth. Gadoosh.
Oh my. Well, this week I basically have had a man cold all week. So
you say a man cold?
Yeah. It's only by thoughts and prayers on Facebook am I still alive.
Yeah. Thank God I liked that post.
Right. Which shocked me, actually. I figured it'd be you go to hell and die, but, whatever.
Thought about it.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's made me feel like the hottest of garbage the whole week, pretty much, so it's pretty cool.
That's fair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm on the way out of it, but I'm sure I still have a little time left to keep hacking my feet up, basically. So, oof. But anyway.
Oof.
Yeah. That aside, I picked up my new spectacles this week.
Nice.
Which, you know what was awesome was I walked in there and was like, gave him my name and, she's like, oh, okay, hold on. She walks over, gets the glasses, brings them back out, wipes them off real quick. And she's like, okay, we'll try them on, so we can adjust them. I put them on and I'm like, yep. And she's like, they fit good? And I was like, yeah, perfect. And she was like, yeah, she's like, we tend to get a really good fit because remember I told you they took my picture with that iPad because of facial recognition software. So now the man has my face, but whatever.
God damn it.
Now I could have face off type stuff's happened to me. Thanks.
I want to take his face off.
Fuck. But dude, it was less than 5 minutes. I basically walked in. She was like, here's your glasses. And I walked out. That was essentially the trip. So that was pretty awesome because, like I said, they fit good. And I've had issues in the past when I've gotten glasses to where they've got to really, tweak where they set on my face and stuff. But it's nice. The only thing is, I know my ears don't set level, so my glasses tend to lean left a little bit. So I do have to keep kind of adjusting them every once in a while. But that's common for pretty much every pair of glasses I've ever had because my ears aren't even. So
yeah,
not much I can do about that.
What are you gonna do?
Unless I wear something like over one ear so that it, raises that side up or something. But, or just only have, the arm of it on one side.
Right?
Nah, bro.
Why we could make special glasses for you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I like this idea. I'm gonna get ones, that, just basically just wrap around my whole head. I'm gonna just wear like a Geordie LaForge visor. That's what I'm gonna do.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Perfect.
I mean, we can go to AutoZone right now, get you an air filter.
Cut that sumbitch and, well, we're probably gonna need 2. We may need more than one, cause, Oh,
that's true. Yeah, we gotta get like 3 of them and some flex glue.
Yeah, cause we may break a couple trying to figure this out.
For sure.
Yeah. So anyway, that was that was fun.
It sounds amazing.
It was really fast. It was, I'd go all the way up to Monroe for like, literally walk in, walk out, come home. Kind of sucked about having to go all the way up there for him, but that's what my insurance makes me do. So
yeah,
what are you going to do?
But new spectacles,
and
I like having new spectacles.
Me too. I like them, and I got ones that were a little bigger, like overall.
Right.
So, which I like. So
I wish you would have got like giant fashionista ones.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I want you to get ones that make you look like Yoko Ono.
Oh, nice. I like that
That'd
idea.
be terrific. Yeah.
That would be great.
And you just start saying stuff like it's so passe or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll start singing like her.
Nice. Oh, please.
Nice.
Sorry, Henno, your song's out.
Yep.
This is Brian singing the intro now.
Oh boy.
Amazing.
I told you about this already a little bit, but I just wanted to bring it up for other people to hear, which was, I was in Target one day, and as I was walking back toward the front, I smelled vanilla. And I'm like,
right.
Who the hell smells like vanilla? Cause there's
this sexy lady.
Yeah, right? And then as I was getting closer to passing someone, I realized that it was a guy that was walking that smelled of vanilla. Because, and at first I wasn't sure, but then I stopped to look at something else. He was right in front of me in line, and it was just him. And I could smell nothing but vanilla. And I was like, wow, I cannot think of a time where I was around a man who smelled like vanilla unless he had just been, spending time with his lady or something like that.
Maybe he was baking cookies.
Could be, I don't know. Yeah. Like, oh, I've spilled all the vanilla all over me.
Oh, it's all over my central areas.
Put vanilla extract behind your ears. It was just really weird, and like I said, looking at this dude, he doesn't look like the type who would normally walk around smelling like vanilla. So I wonder, maybe he ran out of something he normally uses and, grabbed his lady friend's vanilla scent stuff or whatever.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, like maybe she has some lotion or shampoo or something, body wash, whatever.
Like, shit, my lava soap is gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Better grab this bar of vanilla lavender or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was interesting. So, like, if I had seen him walking around
vanilla, but that's not something I'm going to apply to myself.
Right? That's why I said it's weird. I can't think of, like, generally men's products don't smell like vanilla at all,
Yeah.
And
it's like cedar wood and the smell of tomahawks or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, even when I've been around, men who tend to wear flowery scents and what have you, or whatever, it's like vanilla is generally never one of those notes that you smell,
No.
That's usually, like you said, you smell vanilla, you think lady,
Yeah.
or, baking or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really strange. If he'd been standing in line with like some soap of some sort, I would have been like, there we go. Like, he just used whatever was there basically. Like, maybe he was staying in a hotel, or like I said, maybe crashed at the lady's place today and she doesn't have, tomahawk smelling body wash. So
exactly.
It was just, like I said, it was strange. So yeah.
Like, God, I wish my woman had my body wash that smells like tiger anus. Like, what?
Well, she's got this vanilla.
It's so manly.
Yep. It growls as you apply it.
Yeah, exactly. It smells like freshly killed gator meat or something.
Ooh, that's weird.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something.
So, that was interesting. And you know what, though? I mentioned before about being around somebody at like the doctor's office that he had just way too much cologne on, but I was like, but at least it smelled good.
Right.
At least this dude's walking around with vanilla. That's, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't mind vanilla. So, and cause he didn't, whatever it was, he didn't have too much of it on, unless you consider any on him too much.
I mean, depending on the situation.
Right. But it wasn't overpowering. So I was like, all right, whatever, man, do you, but
maybe he just likes vanilla.
It's very well could be.
He's like, fuck you guys. Like, Butch, really? If vanilla? He's like, dude, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm comfortable with my manliness.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, when you and I have been out plenty of times, I'll be like, I want that person's story. Like, I want to know why they did X, Y, or Z,
Right.
But I'll never ask because, like this, how do you, hey bro, why do you smell like vanilla?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's just, that's not going to be something I'm going to do. But I am curious.
I hear you.
I want the story, Like, maybe he's like, oh man, I got thrown out and I had to do the old horse bath in McDonald's bathroom and all they have vanilla soap.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, but, okay. We've all been there.
I just ripped a Nilla bomb off my rear view mirror and wiped it under my arms.
I didn't think about that. There's a potential for that too. Could have been a car freshener. Like those new ones. They're so, dude, those new ones are strong. Like some of those like the plug-in ones and stuff.
Like he clipped it onto his heat vent and it just ejaculated all over him.
Pretty much, yeah. Or maybe he went to put his cell phone in the belt clip, but accidentally grabbed the clip on and was just wearing vanilla around. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever. I don't know.
Wearing his little air wick.
Yeah.
Like, God, I can't believe no one's paged me. Like, dude, that's an air wick.
Right. Oh man. Anyway, Just a, strange observation.
Observation.
Anyway, back to you.
Bro. So last weekend, the wife and I, we left the in-laws, which my kids were staying with them, because my mother-in-law just had knee surgery. So they're like, can your kids stay here to help us with, being old and stuff? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And so on the way home, we hit a grocery store real quick. We're out in Sylvania. We're going local here, guys. Going out in Sylvania, Ohio. And I'm like, God, do you want to just stop and grab a pint somewhere? And she's like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm like, you know what? We're a block away from that brand new brewery. Let's go check it out. Inside the 5, right?
Right.
Dude, this place is great.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be our new hangout, like Virginia and I.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to go too.
Right.
Lots of seating, pretty good sized bar, and they have a patio. And they have, I think, 18 taps.
Okay.
3 of them are guest taps, 2 of them are blown. So yeah, but we did play all the beers.
Right.
And every beer they had was either good or it was great.
Awesome.
There was no stinkers in the lineup.
That's good to hear.
And we were bullshitting with this dude named John. He ended up he's a front end manager.
Okay.
So, that's always a good guy to know.
True.
But dude, it's legit as fuck in there.
Well, that's good to hear.
I know the guy who opened it used to be a punter or, for, I think the Dolphins.
Okay.
Hence the inside the 5. I could do without the menu being football themed.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
As it is. Like the appetizers, like the starting lineup and stuff like that. I could do without that.
It's like you don't need that stuff. Just put good food out there, man. Yeah. That's it.
But the beer was good, and
like if you're gonna name, I was gonna say if you're gonna name something football related, do it with the beer.
Beer was not.
No, because that's what craft beer places do. A lot of them have weird or catchy names, so that would be a perfect place.
Like their beers name, like I like their beer names. Like their double IPA was a beautiful death. They had this imperial stout. It was called Demos.
Right.
It's like they had always like the beer, and it was all good beer too.
Right. But see what I mean though? It's like that doesn't fit your brand.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So anyway.
But we got like a charcuterie tray, and it was amazing. So I mean, we dug it a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I like, how every brewery typically has a mug club.
Yeah.
Well, the way they do it, and I kind of like this does fit the football theme, is when you buy into the mug club, you buy in for a year.
Okay.
And on the day of the NFL draft is when you can get back into the mug club. So they call it draft day.
Okay.
And they have the first round, second round, and third round, and obviously first round's the most expensive. It gives you the most perks. But, there's a certain amount of slots in each round. Once they're bought up, that's it.
Sure.
But what's cool about it, and I want to know who this one guy is, they have on a wall this board that tells you the first round, second round, third round, and everybody's names. You can buy people who's on that board beers.
Oh, really?
And they just have little like beer mug magnets that stick to their names. That one guy, you can barely read his name. He's got so many beers waiting for him.
Wow.
But it's pretty cool,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, like if you and I were in like one of the rounds, I could go there and be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy a beer for Brian. So next time you come, be like, oh fuck, someone bought me a beer. Cool,
nice.
I'll cash that in. I like the place. I mean, you and I are going to have to go at some point.
Seems like you could do that and take care of future self, too, if you wanted to.
Dude, that's not a bad idea. Like, why don't you just put, like, 5 on there?
Like, I'm a bank of you,
We bank a couple. That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, right? Like, sometime when you don't have so much money, you're like, I know I can step in there and get a few beers,
Oh, shit, I go to Inside of 5. I got some waiting for me. That's a good idea, Brian.
Yep, I try.
But yeah, it's if you're for some reason local or you're going to be coming to Toledo, Ohio, hit Sylvania, Ohio, which is one of our little suburbs. Inside of 5 Brewing, legit as fuck. Big fan.
Yeah. If you see us, don't bother us though.
No. We'll be too busy taking pictures and stuff already.
Right. Signing autographs.
Never
ends, man. Never ends.
Yeah. And that was basically my last weekend.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide, should we talk about this weekend now? Because it's a Sunday, or should we wait till the next show?
Well, we can. Or if you want to wait, it's up to you, man. I got other stuff we can probably fill time with, so.
You know what we could do, if we're really feeling frisky?
What?
We could record face-to-face on 4th of July.
Ooh. You're right, we could. Maybe, yeah, that seems like a strong
Maybe we'll
idea.
just do that.
Yeah, all right. All right.
All right. I mean, let's just keep going.
Okay.
You got something?
It's just something else that was a quick observation. So the other day I'm listening to my Discover Weekly, on Spotify. And I told you...
I'm so bad.
Yeah, I texted you about it. Like, for some reason, my whole thing was either basically hip-hop or, like, Latino music. I have no idea why. Like, hip-hop I get, because, I listen to hip-hop on there, but the other... I never listened to any music that would fall into that, so I don't know why. And it wasn't like one or two songs. It was like half the list.
Hold on, I have got to ask.
Okay.
In your hip-hop adventures, did you listen to any Cypress Hill?
I don't think
so. Because a lot of Cypress Hill is very Latino as well.
Okay, fair enough. No, I don't think so, though. Maybe something else is, though, to where maybe I've only listened to a few songs or something, and I don't know. But it was just kind of weird, because I was like, this is not what I want to listen to at all,
Right.
The hip-hop stuff was, because I hadn't heard most of the songs that were on there, so that was okay, but anyway, while I'm listening to it, because I'm not paying for it, so it was, commercial comes on, and they're talking about their country music station, right? Dude,
right.
They played 4 songs, and I shit you not, I thought they were all the same, so I thought it was just one song. And then
somehow it was not surprising.
And at the end of it, they were like, you just heard this person, this, and I was like, huh. Because I literally, the music and just everything, it just blurred for me, and I was like, wow, I mean, I'm not terribly shocked by it, but at the same time, I was like, wow, and I wasn't like really paying attention, but it was like nothing struck my ear as different,
Right.
So I was like,
well, I think we can both agree that New Country, is it New Country?
It was definitely New Country, yeah.
Yeah, New Country's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And if you like it out there, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've made no qualms about, like, country is definitely not one of my favorite genres. I'm very hit or miss about it.
Oh yeah, I have a very narrow window of country I'll listen to.
Same here.
Yeah. When it's like, okay, fuck off.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Go roll your raised truck into a ditch.
Ooh. I'm gonna write
full
that.
Of fire ants.
Hold on, I'm writing this down. I think we almost have a hit song here.
That's true. Good point.
Now we just need some person that sounds like all the others, and it'll all stand out. Or it won't stand out, it'll blend right in.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah. So I have 2 other music things that I want to mention here. One was, did you see they announced today that Best Buy, as of today, is no longer selling CDs?
Really?
Yep. Dunsky.
I mean, the section's slowly getting smaller and smaller.
And they've said that vinyl they will continue to sell for at least 2 years. So, yeah. And I was like, it's funny though, because it's like, man, DVDs have done the same thing if you noticed in there. Like, the selection, like where they used to have 4 or 5 of something, now you maybe see 1 or 2,
Right.
Like, they don't seem to really heavily stock unless it's brand new, when they have the, like, display thing,
I mean, honestly, with streaming and whatnot as it is now.
Yeah.
And the only thing I miss with DVDs is some of, like, the bonus features. Because sometimes it's kind of cool to see, like, the cut scenes or hear the directors, take on this, that, or the other thing.
And you can't get those on Netflix and stuff because they've deliberately removed them from Netflix type,
right.
Or streaming services. That way you have to actually buy the movie to see
right.
them. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the kids get DVDs for birthdays and stuff, but
yeah.
The last time I actually bought a DVD,
yeah,
I don't know.
I was trying to think of that earlier today too. Like when the last time I bought I was thinking more like a CD, and I was like,
well, yeah, that's like, even going back further.
And I was like, because when I've bought music, I've bought it from either directly from the band, like via a Bandcamp page or something, or I've bought it through iTunes. You know, I was like, I haven't bought a physical CD in, man, I don't know how long. It's been
like
forever.
The last piece of physical music I bought was the Braided Veins from Bandcamp because they sent me a vinyl.
Right.
And that's and I don't even have a record player, but I have a vinyl.
Right.
But that's the last piece of physical music I bought was that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thinking about DVDs though too, I was just like, after you just mentioned that with DVDs, I'm like, cause I've pretty much, I used to buy like every season of The Simpsons and I'd buy Family Guy and, I haven't even been doing that because Family Guy's it's on Hulu. American Dad's on Hulu. Bob's Burgers is in Hulu. I have access to Fox, their app. All The Simpsons are in there, so there's really no reason to buy anymore. And it's true. It's weird because like Hulu is one thing, but like the Fox app, it's free. I can watch all The Simpsons I want for nothing.
Right.
Well, you have to have
like a cable provider, right?
I think you have to have FX in order to get that one, which, it's not in every package or whatever, but
right.
Yeah, it's gotten to that point though that it's like me, and now granted I haven't had a lot of money, so that would have trailed off anyway, but it trailed off more because it's like, man, I don't have to get up off my ass and switch DVDs now too, because there's only 4 episodes on a DVD of Family Guy or something, So now I can just hit play on Hulu and just let it go.
Like, bro, you see my sick ass 5 DVD changer?
Yeah, no one cares, buddy. I've got streaming.
No one gives a shit.
Look at all these thousands of things I can pull up. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it is weird to me. I mean, I know we've talked about it on the show before, but you remember driving around Toledo, going to all the CD stores, tracking down music.
Yep.
I mean.
And you know what? Honestly, you remember we talked about this a few times where it's like, how do you find new music and stuff? It's like, well, Spotify now is that answer because you
Discover Weekly,
all the
Latino music.
Well, and they also have like, they also have like a new release one, I think too.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So that's essentially the new way to find new music if you don't have another way. So
it's wild.
Mm-hmm. Although I do wonder, when we were younger, people were always looking for new music. How awesome was it when you talk with somebody about music and they're like, oh, have you listened to this band or this band? And it's some like not quite on the radar band and you're like, wow, these guys are awesome, kind of thing.
Right.
And you still get that now, but I wonder what the search for new music versus just listening to whatever your music is. Like when people pull up Spotify, do they really go after new music or are they just listening to, I don't know, what, 90s alternative or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest.
I kind of wonder.
Cause I go back and forth. Like I always usually check out my Discover Weekly on Spotify.
Right.
Sometimes I pull up the release stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all like I'm like, yeah, I'm in like a lot of times I'm in this band mood and I'll go to that band. I just play the radio.
See, exactly. That's essentially what I do too. That's what I did on, Pandora too. In fact, I still use Pandora like when I'm cutting my hair and stuff because my old iPad, Spotify's app doesn't work on it anymore. But Pandora's does. So I pull up the Slipknot station and I just listen, to that. But what I notice is on those, especially if you use the like things or add to your collection, whatever it's called, that you start hearing, cause obviously they're trying to cater it to what you like. So you start hearing that more and more and you start hearing other or newer stuff less and less.
Right.
Which I hate because it's like, no, I want a good mix of stuff. Just play my stuff too. That's cool. But, also give me, different things so that I might go, oh, I want this too or whatever.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's the only downside of letting an app make a playlist for you instead of making it yourself.
True, yeah.
Well, because it's like, a lot of times I'm like, I want to listen to a mix of, say, Pantera and like 90s hip hop or something.
Right.
I want to have a nice gentle mix of both worlds, and I can't really do that unless I make it myself.
Exactly. And that's why for a while I used to do that kind of stuff on iTunes. I would go through and, just basically just make random mixes and stuff and then just, listen to those. But then I just got to where I was like, screw it, I'm just going to hit random from the top, and if I don't like it, I can just skip it, So.
Definitely, right?
Yeah. I am curious, anyone listening, if you want to let us know, this is not the Q of the W, but it is a Q of the a question, which is, when you listen to Spotify, do you go for, do you look for new music, or do you, what's the split, basically? Versus listening to your tried and true music versus listening for new music. I'm really curious.
Yeah, I'm also curious about this.
So, speaking of Pantera, when we recorded last week, I hadn't seen the news yet that Vinnie Paul had died.
Yeah, what a bummer.
And it was that day, yeah, because we no more got done recording, and I pull up my phone and I start seeing tweets, about Vinnie Paul. I'm like, what the hell? And yeah, and I was like, oh man. So, yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I know Pantera hasn't been together for years and shit, because of various reasons. I'm not just talking about Dimebag, but just the fact that there was a breach in the band before that happened, But still, Pantera is one of my favorite bands, so it was,
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah. So, I guess, I saw a lot of people posting, it's like, well, I guess, if you believe in that, he's reunited with his brother at least, because if you don't know, that was Dimebag's brother, so.
Right.
But, yeah, so I, celebrated his life by listening to a lot of Pantera.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because first
of all,
seems
to be the respectable way to do it.
Right, because first of all, it's Pantera. So, and second of all, it is Pantera. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll never feel bad about putting Pantera on. It's always, they're definitely one of those bands that when I hear them, they always kind of I get energized when I hear Pantera, I feel like I want to break shit or do shit or something. I just don't feel like I want to sit around and listen, most of the time, so.
Yeah, they'll straighten you out in a hurry.
Yep.
They'll definitely, light a fire under you.
Yeah. They're one of those bands that, if, over the years, if I was feeling depressed and I was trying to kind of snap myself out of it, Pantera was one of those bands I'd always throw on. And you have to be careful of some of the ballad stuff because, then you can kind of be like, oh, and
Yeah, feels.
Yeah, it's like, no, I want stuff to just bash me in the face like on the, cover of, Vulgar Display of Power,
Yes.
That's what I want. So, anyway, sorry, that's covered. You got anything?
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got something to go to now?
Boy, do I, Brian.
Excellent.
G and I, we plowed through this Netflix series called Rotten.
Okay.
It's basically about how shitty the food industry is.
Oh yeah, I added that to my queue last night actually.
God damn, that'll open your eyes on some shit.
Good watch?
Yeah, it's not like shitty like, oh, they treat the animals bad, which, everyone knows factory farming is basically the worst thing ever. It's
awful. Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
But it's like, like the honey industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's these farmers trying to make money off, or beekeepers trying to make money off their honey. Meanwhile, you have China over here importing honey that's not actually honey.
Oh, wow.
Like all this, it's just, so it's every episode's like, like this episode's about chickens. And how crazy, the poultry industry is, and how much it shits on farmers.
So
really.
disgusting, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's an interesting show that shows you, unfortunately, that there's corporate nonsense everywhere. Even when you're like, this is this is just an innocent farmer.
Yeah.
Nah, he's probably being backed by somebody, and actually, he's not really even making money. He's just caretaking for it's a whole weird situation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a good watch, though.
Okay. I will definitely.
It makes me feel better about what we do, because we go to the farmers market and we talk to the farmers. We're part of a CSA now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Makes you feel a lot better about some of those choices because, we spend a little bit more money on food than a lot of people probably do, but I don't mind.
Yeah. No, I get you on that. I would really love to do what you guys do too. It's at this point, it's more money than it is anything for me, but
yeah.
And I'm not making any excuse to it. I still try to, go
as local as you can.
I still try to do what I can. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, is it? Yeah, it's definitely a good watch. I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, I bet.
You know what I could not recommend at all?
What's that?
Moving Friends on the hottest day of the year.
Really? That I figured you would have enjoyed yourself.
No, not really, man. Believe it or not.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's not even the whole, like, moving anybody sucks.
Yeah. Doesn't matter the temperature. It sucks. Yeah.
No. It's never a good time. And unfortunately, you know, yeah, it's how my father-in-law put it earlier when I told him, you know, we were moving people on the worst days you could ever move. He's like, yep, when I was more physical, I know exactly what you're talking about. Strong back, weak mind. Well, yeah, it's pretty much it.
Yep. You might as well just have a pack mule costume on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, you know, I don't mind moving people, but when it's the heat index is over 100 degrees, bro.
No.
And you know, we moved our friends Ashley and Josh, right?
Yeah.
They had so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where it all came from.
People said that about me when I moved too.
It was crazy.
Because the size place I had wasn't that big, and people were like, how do you have all this stuff? I'm like, yeah.
That's pretty much what it was here.
Yeah.
Because it's like I went, after work on Friday, I had my stepdad's pickup truck. Or not stepdad's, because I have borrowed vehicles all weekend long for this.
Yeah.
I had my father-in-law's pickup truck.
Right.
We did 2 pickup truck loads Friday. Okay? The next day, that night after we moved them, I drove up to Monroe, and I picked up from my stepdad. He let me borrow one of his, it's called a stake truck. It's like a big flatbed with a lift gate to move the furniture.
Okay, yeah.
So, he let me borrow that, and I was like, cool. I filled that up twice.
Wow.
And it's like the flatbed portion's probably 20 feet of truck.
Yeah.
So, 2 loads in that thing.
Wow.
And they still had stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Wow.
Dude, it was insane. I'm like, and I don't know.
So.
I don't know where we're going to put it all.
Yeah, that'll be the question. So did they get rid of stuff as they were doing it, or did they just move everything?
From what I was told, Ashley got rid of a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I was told.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I was just wondering, because, I mean, you saw the pile of shit out in front of my place when I moved. I got rid of a lot of stuff.
Up front. I'll play that one.
Okay, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I still got a lot of shit that I'd like to get rid of.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff I'm moving that I picked it up and I put it in a truck, and I was like, this should probably just go right in the dumpster. But it's not mine.
That's fine. You should have just done it.
So.
Like, hey, has anyone seen this? That was my Nana's.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Nana's special waffle iron.
But dude, by the time I was done Saturday, like I wore a hat. Mm-hmm. And my hat, including the little button, was completely soaked. We're
talking like a hat like you would wear when you go to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Oh yeah, it was exquisite. Peacock feathers.
Of course,
I had a rare leopard paw on it.
Wait, is just the paw rare, or is the leopard itself rare?
Well, the leopard it came from was rare, but I just cut the paw off and threw it in the garbage, which made it even rarer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, my hat, well, yeah, I put my hat, no hair.
Yeah.
No hair, don't care, right?
Right.
So I was like, if I don't wear a hat, the sweat's going to be in my eyes. I don't need that in my life.
For sure, yep.
So I put the hat on.
It's one of the worst parts about losing your hair or shaving your head, whatever, is that we no longer have the ability for our hair to at least get soaked before it starts running down your face.
Yeah, to like wick up into the hair.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, that's what the hat's for, though. And dude, I'm telling you, the little button on top said sweat soaked.
I've never gotten to that point. I've soaked a hat pretty well. Never gotten to the button though, so that's
whole hat was soaked. Like I'd bend over and it just the sweat would run down the bill.
Wow. Yeah.
It was in like I was telling people when I was moving, I'm like, I sure hope no one gets killed in your new place because my DNA is on everything.
And your sweat.
Yes, that too. Because I was jacking.
I'm gonna go inside for a minute. Like, what's Tony? Like, I gotta use the bathroom.
Like, I brought a bandana with me just so I could kind of like towel off.
Be Tone Pack,
I ended up like dumping water on it and then wrapping on my head, doing Tone Pack again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was funny because, you know, Jeannie was like, "Oh, you're doing your Tupac thing," and I'm like, "You mean Tone Pack?" And she's like, just starts laughing. I'm like, "That's what we called it on the show, honey." Oh, I missed that.
Yep.
She's like, "That's really funny." I'm like, "Yeah, we did that on the show already."
Yep.
But yeah, it was. I mean, my whole shirt, and I was just in an Under Armour tank top because I'm like, I gotta go for the coolest stuff, and I did a pair of my work shorts. My work shorts, it looked like I pissed my pants.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know, I have my gallon work jug, drank the whole thing, crushing bottles of water, had 2 all days.
Well, I mean, again, guys, dehydrated. Yeah.
Dude, it was rough.
Yeah, when, you know, because obviously we both known that you were going to be doing this for a while, and then when I started seeing the temperatures and stuff, and I'm like, oh boy, like, man, they're talking near 100 for both days, and it didn't quite get there, but I'm sure it still felt like it.
Good.
So,
and of course the truck, the air wasn't working.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was just like, but I was so soaked when I started driving, it felt crazy.
Oh yeah, there's that, yeah. Should have, you should have knocked on my brother's door. He's got an air compressor and a air hose. You know,
yeah, that was exactly
just cool your shit off that way.
Like, and then like I did the 2 truck loads, and then Ashley made lunch for everybody, which is nice.
Yeah,
smashed some food. I'm like, all right, you know, they still had stuff to move, but nothing that required this big ass truck.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I'm done. You know, I'm taking this back, getting my car, heading home.
Yeah.
And the drive was just brutal because I was so out of it.
Oh yeah,
like, I was just fun.
Yeah.
And I get home, come inside, let the dog out. You know, as I let her out, I take our because we got some like basil and stuff planted by the door, and I have a watering can out there because I'm like Molly Maid or some shit.
Okay.
You know? I fill up the watering can. I go inside, just boom, down to my undies, go back outside, just dump the water all over me. I'm like, I don't care if the neighbors are out.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
Right. It's understandable though. I mean, that's, desperate times and all. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just out there in my skivvies, just like doing a goddamn flash dance scene or whatever.
That would have been terrifying.
Yeah, it was rough.
Well, it was funny because like when you texted me and was like, by the way, moving on like the hottest day of the year, you know, sucks or whatever. And I was like, huh, it's hot out. Like I hadn't heard, cause like every time the news was on or any commercial for the news, they were like, oh, it's got a scorcher this weekend. And you know, it's like, all right, we get it. It's going to be hot, you know, like settle down. They were so geeking out.
It was, I mean, I didn't feel right. And then, you know, we got invited to go to Dundee to like, you know, Josh and Rose's parents were doing a party.
Yeah.
I kept just nodding off on the couch.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like I'm,
Well, yeah, cause, you know, when you're out in that kind of weather, it takes more out of you than like just, like if it was 50 degrees and you did that, whatever, you might be tired, but you know.
Yeah.
But with that heat too, it's like a double punch, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm feeling it today. I'm sore.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, but yesterday I felt dead.
Yeah. I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah.
That's why when you texted me, I said that.
I'm always like, I'm done moving people.
Yeah.
And then someone asks, like, fuck.
Yep. That's why I retired years ago, man.
You'd think I would be smart enough to retire as well.
No.
But what usually ends up happening is it's like, I know I can line up a trailer or a truck or something,
right,
and save them a few $100,
right? Or make it to where it's like 1 or 2 trips instead of like 400 trips or something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I know I can make that happen. So it's like, you're a friend of mine, I guess I will. And now it's like, you know, so in like 15 years, if I need someone killed, I know who to call.
Right.
Like, you remember that favor? Remember when I helped you move? Well, now I need to use your backyard to hide a body.
It seems fair to me. Yeah.
Start digging a hole. I'll be there in like 45 minutes.
Yeah. A guy I used to work with at Family Video one day told me he was going to go help his friends move. Next day he comes in. I was like, so how was the move? And he's like, I just took my truck over there. He's like, I told him that I was supplying the truck and that's it. I was like, wow. I was like,
that's the move.
I was like, that's the smartest move I've ever heard.
No truck freight or no touch freight, man.
Yep. He's like, I told him I wouldn't charge him gas or anything like that, but he's like, I wasn't going to bust my ass to move him. And I was like, man, that's smart.
Yeah, that is a smart move right there.
Yeah. But otherwise it ends up like you said, somebody asks, and you're like, yeah, I'll help.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, I mean, it would have been bad if it was 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Just because of the amount of stuff. But the fact it was 100.
Yeah, no bueno, for sure.
Oh, man, it was brutal.
Yep.
I built a lot of character that day, Brian.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I built some character.
Did you gain some smarts?
No.
No?
I think I went down a pants on myself.
Oh, boy. Well, there you go. You'll be looking, perfect for bikini season.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just got shaved.
No, you don't.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Get that Borat look.
Yeah. Oh, man. So you mentioned, like, stuff you were watching. And, first of all, you probably haven't, but you still haven't caught up on Westworld, right?
No, I haven't even started season 2.
I just finished it last night, finally. I was like 6 episodes behind, so the last couple nights I've been watching. So I got all the way through the end of season 2, and it's crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, even now I'm not sure how I feel about how the season ended and stuff. So no spoilers, it's just a lot, like, obviously it's a season finale, so a lot happened, but.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah. But the other show I started watching, which I'm pretty sure you mentioned, like, I don't know, 600 or 700 years ago on here, was Fuck, That's Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's on Hulu now. They put a bunch of Vice shows on Hulu.
I saw that.
And that was one of them. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll, finally get to watch this. I've only watched a couple because I started it last night, but I really enjoyed it. Like, like the first episode on there is like Action Bronson and them. They end up in like Atlanta at one point, meeting the guy who does like the album covers for his stuff. Right. And they end up going to a bike park and riding bikes with the dude. And then they go to like this like barbecue place that he warns them basically looks like a shack kind of a thing, but the barbecue looked fantastic, and it's made in like a pit. Like not in a smoker, not in some big thing, but it's a legit, like almost like a cave kind of pit. And I was like, man, I would like to put my face into some of that barbecue.
Yeah, I bet you that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's so weird watching him sit in like a fancy restaurant when the chef is this other place they went, when the chef just keeps bringing them out like, a tasting menu kind of thing. It's just so weird seeing him and his group of friends just sitting there, like eating these delicate foods and knowing what they're talking about, like talking about how this is really nice in there, and then seeing him in the kitchen with the chef. Like, and you can tell, cause I didn't know this, but he said he grew up working in kitchens.
Yeah, yeah.
And he looks like he's got legit knife skills. Like, because when he was chopping stuff up, it wasn't like some weird, like
awkward.
Yeah, no, he was like boom, boom, boom with the stuff. So I was like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's because it was on Hulu. I think Jeannie and I, a couple weeks back started watching it because she's like, oh, you like this? So, she's never seen it.
Yeah.
And we were having the same discussion. I'm like, you're watching these guys eat this chef's tasting menu.
Yeah.
And there's a strong chance most of those guys had never experienced anything until obviously they reach this point in their lives.
Yeah.
But there's still very much street.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, so you could be like,
well,
these clams are magical or whatever.
Well, it's like on that episode when Action Bronson's in the kitchen with the chef. The rest of them basically are all out at the beach on jet skis acting like idiots,
Right.
Yeah. Like, and you could tell
because,
they're kind of like, let him handle like that bougie shit, kind of a thing.
Yep, we're gonna go party.
You know, so yeah, it was enjoyable though, because it's not, you know, there's no, I don't know what the word for it is. It's not, you know, like a lot of food shows where they're like, they gotta really dissect why the food, so, and it's like, you know, this wasn't quite like, yo man, this is delicious. But, you know, you know, cause like I said, they talked about ingredients and stuff as they were eating, which is like, wow, that kind of blew me away a little bit, cause I figured most of these guys were gonna be, like you said, just pretty street, and it's like, what the hell is this put in front of me? You know, why does this prawn look like this? You know, or.
Right, yeah.
But they weren't, you know, it was kind of cool how they have a little bit of foodie knowledge along with it, but it wasn't so much that it's just like, this is pretentious, you know?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good fun. I recommend it for people, and each episode is only half an hour, so it's, you know, they're not very long episodes.
I wish they just put a Vice channel on there, because there's some shit, like I started watching on YouTube, they have some episodes of Beerland. Mm-hmm. It's a woman who owns a brewery, and she goes around and talks to other brewers in different cities. And it's kind of like a contest kind of thing, and whoever she decides by the end of the season, her brewery will brew their beer.
Oh, interesting.
You know? And I've watched a couple episodes, and I'm like, you know, because obviously you and I, a lot of our listeners, enjoy the craft beer scene, and I like seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, I don't have a cable provider, and Viceland isn't very user-friendly sometimes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and
so I kind of wish they had those on Hulu, too.
Yeah. They've got, that show wasn't on there. I saw they added quite a few Vice shows, but that's not one of them, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's too bad.
At least I don't remember it being one of them. But yeah, because the way I found it was, you know how a lot of times they'll have like a, whatever, they'll be like for this one, it said, you know, Vice shows or something like that. And then it just highlights, you know, you can just scroll through whatever they have. And so I just added a few shows that looked interesting to me from there. And I don't remember seeing that one. And there's no way I wouldn't have added that one.
Right.
Because it says beer in the title.
Well, yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's why it caught me, because I was, you know, because I watched I think it was Vice. It was like the pizza show. You know, it was a guy from New York, and he went around the country, you know, just checking out different cities and their pizza scene, because he had a pizzeria in New York, and then, you know, they ended up going to Italy and shit like that. And I was like, oh, this is actually, it's just a guy basically eating pizza and talking to pizza. Mm-hmm. And, you know, talking pizza, Brian, because you have a good conversation with pizza.
Who doesn't?
I meant talking about pizza.
I talk sensually to pizza all the time.
It's true. This is true. Mm-hmm. But it was, it's one of those weird internet shows that was oddly, like, entertaining.
Right.
The old pizza show. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so, what the hell? Oh yeah, I'm all derailed.
Yeah.
Fuck that's delicious.
Yep.
Big fan, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I've only watched a couple of them, but I've definitely enjoyed them. So.
Right.
Yep. So, yeah. It's alright. What you got?
Oh, man. Sorry, the old nighttime setting in on me. Woo! The nighttime is the nighttime and all that.
Oh, actually, really quick, because I forgot about it earlier. So I was listening to, I've mentioned on here the Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling podcast.
Yes.
All right, they have a segment on their show called Wrestling Confessions, where people basically write in and tell them stuff like about how, like they would pretend they were wrestlers while their parents were gone and somebody would get hurt, but they never told their parents, that kind of stuff.
Right.
The one from the newest episode, as I was listening to it, the person was talking about how they went to a SmackDown show and they were going to be doing a Punjabi celebration for Jinder Mahal, who was the champion at the time. And I'm like, wait a minute, that was in Toledo. And next thing you know, the guy starts describing various stuff about downtown Toledo, and I was like, huh.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was some guy named Jared. They don't, doesn't give a last name or anything, but I was like, I was like, because it kind of sucked for him because he was going to move. You know how, like, as seats empty out at places, you know, people will move closer type of thing.
Yeah.
And he went to do that, but the exit he went out, apparently he said he couldn't get back in. So, poor guy, when he left, he was done. Like,
so he was trying to move closer, but he exited the arena?
Yeah.
He failed.
Yeah, definitely. I just thought it was really funny, though, as I was listening, because, like I said, you know, I'm like, that's Toledo.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
Very strange. At first, I'm like, did I write something to him? That would have been funny.
You should have.
I should have, yeah.
Small world and shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So what you got?
Oh. Well, you know, I figure we're gonna touch a little bit into your side. Ooh, just like I said to Mike, the old side podcast here. We're gonna do a little Crazy Life on Salty Language. Brian, how's that sound?
All right, fair enough.
All right. So, you know, I've got a which I'm not gonna get too much into, but a possible like job opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my future coming up.
Right.
And man, it's changed terrifying.
Isn't it?
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them situations where it's like the old unknown.
Yeah.
It's not a good time.
Well, it's really interesting too because you get hit with kind of two types of anxiety because, you know, anxiety's not all bad, you know.
Right.
Like being anxious about an opportunity is, you know, normal and you're excited. That's kind of an anxiety too. But like you said, there's also that anxiety of change and you're kind of getting the old 1-2 from them. Even though one's positive, it's still, you know, it's still, taxing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cause it's like my current job, you know, that's how I look at it is like a job. I've never thought as what I'm doing now as a career.
Right.
You know, but this, you know, if this pans out for me in my future gig, maybe that would be a career now.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and it's like, I don't know. It's, the whole, like I'm not nervous about, you know, cause I have a phone interview coming up. Mm-hmm. I'm not nervous. Yeah, I can talk to people all day long. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you'll know that.
I'm not nervous about that at all.
Right.
It's the possibility of the future.
Just remember not to call them a cunt.
Oh yeah. Remember, it's not salty language.
Right. That's just write it on your hand just in case.
You're like hobo meat, right, guys?
Yeah. Like what? Oh, you mentioned you do a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't listen to it.
Yeah, please don't listen to it.
Please don't. Yeah, it's
Brian, you know, I'm going to need you to take my name off all the episodes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know, it's like, I just gotta, I feel better knowing that I like took the chance.
Yes.
Than not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally do, cause I'm
very I'd rather draw my sword and die in battle than not.
Right. Meanwhile, I'm like, you know, I got a pretty cool sword, but like, it'd be cool to fight, but yeah. Cause that's how I am most of the time is I think of things, I get excited about something and then I can't pull the trigger. I just can't take that first step. So definitely anytime that you can, you know, I mean, cause it's not, you know, like, you know, when we started the shop, that was us putting our necks out there. That was, you know, shit like that. So it's, you know, we've both definitely done it, you know, where you're just like, or, you know, just when you quit Family Video even, you know, or how I quit, you know, Hollywood Video basically in the similar fashion, you know, with nothing else lined up. It was just like, I'm done. See ya, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, like for me, the whole Family Video thing was like Jeannie was 7 months pregnant, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And she comes home. She's like, why are you here?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, and, you know, much like life, I guess, I just, you know, I was like, fuck it, I'm done here. I can't do it anymore. Yeah. And, you know, I was working 2 days later and I'm at the place I'm still working at now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it kind of panned out for me in some way.
Right.
But, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I get it though. But you're right. I definitely kudos to you for, you know, for like you said, drawing your sword and dying on the battlefield if that's the case. Or who knows, you know, maybe you'll win the day. I don't know.
That's the ultimate hope. I mean, this is like, it was an application on a whim.
Yeah.
Like, Genie's like, you should apply for this. I'm like, nah. And I was, pleasantly surprised when I got an email like, hey, we want to set you up a phone interview. Well, okay. Sweet. I was honestly not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's just me shitting on myself like I tend to do sometimes.
Yeah, that can be our nature for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were like, I don't know about that, was Jeannie like, come on?
It was like, she was like, you should apply for this. So I was like, yeah. She's like, just, what's it going to hurt, basically?
Yeah, true.
I'm like, all right, fine. So I got home and I, hopped on the website and I filled out the application and sent them my resume and,
You sent some nudes too, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Duh, only the sexiest ones.
Right, well, obviously. Do you have anything but? That's all I have.
I like the one I'm hanging from a tree like a bat, but nude.
Right. And not with your hands.
Right.
With your legs,
of course.
Right.
But yeah, so I don't know. I was, and I'm not gonna lie, I was excited when I got the email and like corresponded back and forth with them and set everything up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not nervous about the phone call tomorrow.
Right.
At least right now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, right about the time of the phone call, you'd be like, huh, gravy leg? No.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get more into well, no matter what happens, I'll eventually spill my guts about it.
True enough. Yeah.
But right now I'm just kind of keeping it, close to my chest.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. But, it's weird because of like, if it pans out, I'm guessing like we're going to have to probably move.
I was kind of thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's weird? When you told me, that was the first thing I thought of after, like, that would be awesome. I hope he gets it.
Yeah.
That was the first thought. And then the next one was like, oh shit, they're going to have to move.
Yeah, obviously not like super far, but definitely a 6-7 hour drive.
I was going to say far enough. Yeah.
Far enough. Yeah.
You're certainly not making that drive. Yeah. To go back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, and odds are I'll have to go probably by myself for a little bit. It's just bizarre world.
Yeah. But, cart before the horse and all that. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
The reason I bring that up is just because, like with me, if I started kind of going down that path, that's the kind of thing that would stop me. I'd find reasons to not do it because I'd be like, well, there's all this uncertainty in front of me. It's like, well, there always is.
Yeah.
Every day you wake up, you don't know what's going to happen an hour from the time you wake up. I mean, if you're going to wake up, whatever, I mean, it's the truth.
This is true.
You could wake up, be like, awesome, another day, and then just keel over dead.
This is terrific, boss.
Yeah. I'm going to go get the newspaper. Just a chunk of something falls out of the sky and kills you.
Yeah. Hey, anything's possible, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I saw it. I don't know how legit the story is, but I saw a headline this morning that was like shark drags lady into crocodile infested waters.
Oh wow. I saw a video of a woman get pulled into the water by a shark.
Maybe that was it.
She was in.
I didn't do any further exploring. It was an Australian thing.
Yep, it's the one.
Wow, she's having a bad day.
Apparently where she was in Australia is notorious for like people go there and feed the sharks, and I don't mean like throw themselves in or something, but they like, and you see the woman's like leaning over holding this food, and I'm like, why would you do that for sharks? Like, pretty sure I would just throw the food in the water and from a safe distance, like, I don't know, 20 or 50 feet. And
yes.
Yeah, I'd use a potato cannon, whatever I gotta do,
Someone else's arms, possibly.
Tape some chum onto someone's back and push them in the water.
Definitely.
Delicious. Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff where whenever that stuff happens, I'm like, that's easily preventable. And in the interview with the woman, she actually kind of says that. She's like, I learned maybe I shouldn't feed sharks or something like that.
Oh, so she lived.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's that.
Well, my thing is she lived and she at least says she's learned a lesson from it. So, that's evolving. Yeah, that's evolving. Yeah. Don't feed sharks. Ugh. Everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Remember?
This is true. It's Australia. I think that's on their flag or something.
I think so, yeah. I forget that noise, man.
Yeah. Ugh.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's my little, dipping my toes into crazy life over there.
Very cool. Nice.
Yeah, we'll see how it all pans out.
Right. All right, so I've got 2 sports stories and 3 random other stories. I'm not saying we have to cover them all, but which would you prefer?
Hey, whatever, dog. I only have really one more thing.
Okay, well, here, real quick.
To shut up and take my money.
Oh, I have 2 of those, too. All right, so here.
I have one of the same ones.
Let's do the sports stuff really quick. They showed earlier today LeBron's leaving Cleveland again.
I heard that. Is Cleveland on fire right now?
I'm curious to see how the city reacts, because they did get a championship from him this time. But yeah, right. He's on his way to LA for anybody. I mean, sure, everybody will know by the time they listen to this, but yeah, it looks like 4 years, $154 million. So, what's weird to me is LA's not really like a contender. So it's kind of weird to me that you would leave the team that was in the NBA Finals to go to a team that's not even really a playoff contender. I mean, don't get me wrong, right. You put LeBron on any team, they're immediately much better. But it's weird, It's like it makes me wonder if he knows things that haven't been announced yet,
Right.
Like he knows some other players are going to go sign there or something,
I mean, anything is possible, eh?
Yeah, I guess. And honestly, as a Cavs fan, I don't really care. I really don't. Because the first time it was more... the first time I felt like he was leading Cleveland on. And this time, I really don't feel like he did. Like, I feel like this time he was basically like, as soon as he could opt out, he was like, I'm opting out. But that didn't mean he wouldn't re-sign. It just means he's a smart businessman and knows he can make more money this way. So that's pretty much what he was doing. And it just didn't work out for Cleveland. So it sucks.
It does suck. I mean,
yeah.
What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, it's sports. That's honestly the other reason why it doesn't bother me a lot. It's sports, And look, He spent the last few years in Cleveland. They barely got the championship that they did from Golden State. And Golden State's been there every year for the last 4 years too. It's like they're going to go probably again next year or they'll be a contender, So it's, although it is weird, like I said.
Could have been a contender.
Right. It is weird though. He moves into the West, which is where Golden State is. So now you have to beat the best team in order to have a chance at the championship. The division he's in, or the conference he was in now, all they got to do is get to the finals, which he can kind of will a team past other teams because he's that good. So, I don't know. So anyway, the second sports story I have, have you ever heard of a guy named Bobby Bonilla?
That name is super familiar to me.
Okay, he's a baseball player.
Okay. And
he's played for a variety of teams. He played for the Mets for a while, right? Well, today he got paid $1,193,248.20 because I'm going to read this paragraph here because this whole thing is, the math on this is hilarious to me. Every July 1st from 2011 to 2035, the Mets make the payment as part of deferring the $5.9 million the Mets owed him from the 2000 season, a year in which he didn't play for the team, because they released him in January. Baseball contracts are guaranteed for anybody who doesn't know. As noted last year, Bonilla's agent worked out a deal that deferred payment with an 8% annual interest rate. With 8 payments now in, Bonilla has now collected $9,545,986.60. There are 18 more payments due to Bonilla through 2035. When all the payments are made, Bonilla will have turned that $5.9 million into $29.8 million.
Jesus Christ.
But that's not all. He also deferred money that is being paid by the Mets and the Orioles, who took Bonilla for the final year and a half, 95 and 96, of his first Mets contract, a 5-year deal for $29 million. The two teams split a $12.5 million payment, which comes in 25 installments. That deal started in 2004, so Bonilla has received 14 payments worth a total of $7 million and will receive another $5.5 million through 2028. So to recap, Bonilla has already received $15.3 million in deferred money. Over the next 18 years, he has another $27 million to go. Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
Like, you'd think the team would just be like, screw it, here's $5 million.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah. Instead, they're going to end up paying him way more than the contract was worth.
Yeah, that seems crazy.
It seems like the worst deal they could have made, basically. Like, listen, baseball teams are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, it's like, really? They couldn't come up with $5 million to just say, here, go away? You know?
Yeah, basically, right?
Oh, also, for those who don't know, this dude has not played baseball in years. Like, he gets a paycheck every year, but he hasn't played in years. So, smart move by him and his attorney, though, or manager, or whatever.
For sure, right?
Mm-hmm. Super smart move by them. Seems really stupid by the baseball teams, though. So,
yes.
Mm-hmm. Some good investing right there.
Real ass investing.
Now, I will say this. It is common, especially in baseball, for players when they sign those massive contracts, there's a lot of them that will defer money for like 15, 20 years kind of a thing. You know, that way it's a little easier on the team, and they're making so much they're not going to really care, you know.
Right, right.
But they'll get their money in the end. But like this one, they generally will get a little something extra added to it because they deferred it, you know. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's the sports whip.
Whip.
Excuse me. All right, I'm trying
Don't
to.
you die on me.
Too late. No. Okay. So this first story I saw in like trending on Twitter, I think it was, and I need to make sure I mute the site. The headline on this is from the Washington Post, is Montana woman with machete hides behind ex-boyfriend's door, then forces sex on him.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got to go with, you know, what everyone's basically saying is, why isn't the media just calling it rape?
Yeah, that's actually part of why I wanted to bring this up. Even though I know this isn't normally kind of area we tend to jump into, but it is really interesting to me because that is rape. It's, you know, unconsensual and it's forced sex. It's rape. There's no other way to look at that. That's exactly what rape is.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's funny though, well not funny, but it's like I've seen so many, I've seen various people, you know, making light of the situation and stuff, and don't get me wrong, if it weren't for that part of it, this is something we would normally just cover as a random weird story, you know?
Right.
But I'm trying to find where it is here. Shoot, sorry, there was something there's something from the article I wanted to read and I can't remember. Oh, alright. Oh, there we go. She also, like, afterwards, she still was armed with a machete, and the guy says that she ripped a piece of trim off his wall and then urinated on his bed.
Well, that's insulting, too.
Right. It's
like, damn, you know how long it took to get that trim lined up right?
Yeah.
Now you're pissing on my sheets, lady?
Seriously.
This ain't no Mark and Dan. What are you doing?
Right. This is just, wow. This is one of those stories where, I mean, obviously, there's something not right with
well,
this
look
woman.
at her mugshot. She looks crazy.
Yeah.
She's got that, like, oh, who, me look on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, bitch.
I'm very curious what her, I mean, other than to get laid, I'm curious what her motive was. You know what I mean?
I'm going to go with that dick.
Well, I mean, obviously, but, you know, it's just, man, it says she faces 6 charges of, where is it? Aggravated battery, assault with a weapon, unlawful restraint, partner family member assault, and 2 counts of criminal mischief. But, like you said,
mischievous.
0 charge of rape.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if, like, guy takes machete to lady's house, forces her to have sex with him. Rapist.
And 100% accurate. You know, like he is. Much like this woman is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But why is she not? God, it just annoys me.
Yeah. I will say this, at least. Good on the guy for calling the police. Because, you know, a lot of guys might deal with this and just move on, basically. But
yeah. Like, well, had sex, whatever.
Yeah. Machete wasn't that bad. No. You know, so, but at least good on him for, you know, doing the right thing afterwards and calling her there. Because, you know, a lot of guys would be afraid of the, you know, potential teasing or stigma that could come with, you know, the fact that he got overpowered by her or whatever. I mean, she's got a machete, though.
She's got a machete.
Yeah. She walks in.
Of course, he's got that one friend. Dude, I would have smacked that machete out of her hand, and then I would have chokeslammed her, and then I would have had sex with her. Be like, dude, now you're the rapist.
Yeah, it's like, slow down. You just took this the wrong way, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was, again, the reason I brought that one up was because of exactly what you said. So I'm glad, you know, we were on the same page there.
Right.
And again, that in what you said, there's no way it minimizes any bullshit that's, you know, whatever, but it's really stupid that that's not being called rape, because it is. Yeah, no matter when you look at it. So, dang it. Keep forgetting every time I open a site I have to mute it just in case.
Right.
Okay. So, a California university professor died suddenly during a BDSM bondage session at the home of a Hollywood executive. Dr. Doran George, 48, was found dead in the home of Skip Chasey, which sounds like such a fake name.
Skip Chasey?
That sounds like a porn name or something.
Yes.
Or like an 80s wrestler name.
Coming out the ring, Skip Chasey. He's on like pink hot pants.
Yeah, and he comes out skipping. Yeah.
Of course.
The professor's tragic death came to light this week when LA-based crime journalist Mark Ebner discussed George's unusual passing on his podcast, The Gray Zone. George and the executive from WME's TV affairs, whatever, were in the basement, which an autopsy report described as outfitted as a BDSM-style dungeon. And this is all, you know, whatever and stuff, but dang it. I'm trying to find, like, the meat of this.
Right.
There we go. Cause of death was not determined by the coroner, although the autopsy report said the death may have been a consequence of recreational mummification bondage.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. George and Chasey had known each other for 7 months, and they, quote, routinely had bondage sessions at Chasey's home, the report said. Chasey had also written articles regarding body wraps and similar activities. Chasey is well known in the BDSM community and is referred to as Master Skip.
Master Skip.
Yeah.
So Skip Chasey, aka Master Skip.
Right.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
That's the least intimidating name I could ever think of.
Yeah. I mean, it, you know, obviously, you know, it's sad someone's dead here, but it's so weird. Like, the headline for it was just like, what? Like, recreational mummification bondage? Like, it turned out to not be anything like I was expecting. Cause I expected this to be some weird, like, ritual shit, you know, like, you know, like, oh, we were just taking all his organs out. He thought we could put them back in or some dumb shit, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. Weird. So,
wow.
Be careful out there, kids. You know, when you're doing your recreational mummification bondage, you know, safety first.
Does that come complete with hooking the brains and stuff out?
That's what I was thinking. It would be more like something along those lines, was something weird happened, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, unless maybe fish hooked them out or something. I don't know.
Ah, the old New Jersey fish hook.
All right. So the last story I have here, was one I just saw yesterday, which was, this blows my mind too. Like, it's just a lot of this stuff, it's like, you know how it's always amazing when something happens and it continues to happen and builds, you know, and like nothing's ever done about it somehow. And then all of a sudden people are like, wait a minute. Well, this one, it says, man suspected of killing 21 coworkers by poisoning their food.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. German police are reviewing the suspicious deaths of 21 engineering workers dating back nearly 2 decades after one of their coworkers was allegedly caught on camera trying to poison a colleague's lunch.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah. A 26-year-old colleague of the person suspected, whom authorities have not named, noticed a suspicious unknown white powder on his sandwich and reported it to his manager. The company then installed a camera in the lunchroom. On 2 more occasions, the footage allegedly showed the 56-year-old suspect opening his colleague's lunchbox and sprinkling something on the sandwiches during lunch breaks. After seeing the video with the alleged poisoning, the company contacted police.
They should.
Apparently when they searched his apartment...
First off, leave my lunchbox alone.
Right. Stay out my sandwiches.
Yeah. Second off, stop poisoning everybody.
Right. When they searched his apartment, they found toxic chemicals such as mercury, quicksilver, lead, and cadmium. So,
wow. Yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, and they found, after they got the test back from the criminal lab, it showed that the substance was lead acetate, a poison that could have caused severe organ damage. Pretty awesome, right?
Wow. Yeah, what is... God, I really despise people sometimes.
Yeah. In the beginning, this is a guy from the company or whatever. In the beginning, we thought it was a misconceived prank between coworkers, not a murder attempt. Whoopsies.
That's what you think.
Yeah. But it said authorities widened their investigation after the alleged poisoning attempt of the coworker. That probe uncovered a total of 21 cases dating back to 2000 of employees at the same company who had died under suspicious circumstances.
That's just crazy to me.
How does that number get to 21 before they look into it?
Exactly.
Like 2, okay, I can see that. First one, you're like, wow, that's weird. Second time, you're like, maybe we should have a look here. 21.
Like, wow, there's been a rash of deaths at the Kinko's up the road. That's weird, huh, guys?
Yeah, right?
Nah, it's fine.
Those workers died mostly of heart attacks or cancer, conditions that could have been caused by heavy metal poisoning, authorities said.
What a creep.
Yeah.
So this guy's just, he just must got the thrill of just like, oh, I'm killing these fucks and no one knows.
Yeah, it must have been, right? It's, you know, and now they're talking, they're gonna like probably exhume bodies, you know, to test for that poison or test for substances so that basically they can hang, you know, more deaths on him essentially. And I'm not saying that in any sort of flippant way. That's just, you know, what they're trying to do. This is just nuts, isn't it? Like, the first thing, nuts. As soon as I read this article, the very first thing I thought of was like, how do you not know 21 people from the same place die? That seems like a high number. I mean, how many people have you worked with that died during the time you worked with them?
2.
Okay.
And one had really bad health problems and retired, and then later died.
Okay.
The other one, and I didn't know this woman because she was just hired from a company we bought.
Okay.
And she got in a car accident on her lunch break, and then died of her injuries like a week later.
Right. So neither was like a, you know,
nothing was like at work or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. I've known one, and it was kind of similar to your one. It was somebody that died in an accident. So.
Right.
And that's basically, yeah. And it's like, that's it. In the years I worked, in the years you've worked, we came up with 3. You know?
Yes.
Like, this same place across this amount of time, 21, I just can't fathom how nobody was like, maybe there's something going on here.
Yeah, you would
like the police
think.
Or a coroner at some point might be like, there's a lot of people dying at this place. Like, maybe you should test the walls or see, you know, make sure it's not like lead or something in here, you know?
Right.
Anyway. So,
that's craziness.
Yep. So, alright, that's all the story stuffs I got.
All right, fair enough. I don't have any story stuffs per se.
Yeah.
I do have a shut up and take my money. If you have two, I'm assuming we'll probably have one of the same ones.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yep.
So we'll open it up, of course, with
Shut up and take my money.
all I can say, Brian. Motherfucking Lego Voltron.
That is definitely one of them.
What?
How cool is that thing?
And it's individual lions that can then connect and make Voltron?
Yep.
What? And it says gigantic, like 15 inches?
Yeah. Yep.
It's only $180 though.
Yeah,
that makes it sad.
Lego keeps putting out these sets that I really wish I could afford. Like they put out like the 66 Batman Batcave with a Batmobile and all that. And that was like, I don't know, $300. They put out the fire station with Ecto-1 and stuff from Ghostbusters. You know, this. So, yeah, they're killing me. Killing me, Petey.
Yeah, I just randomly saw this somewhere, and I was like, the fuck? And I had to open up the article and read it. And, you know, go get in the corner and touch myself a little bit.
As one does, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then add it to my Nose for the podcast, because Voltron.
Right. Yeah, I saw it on, I think it was the Nerdist is where IGN, that's where I have it from. And when I saw it, I was like, Lego Voltron. I clicked on it and I was like, oh my god, all that stuff you just said, you know. Individual lions, which makes sense because it's Lego, you know, you know, that it would come apart or whatever. Damn it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know, imagine, you know, stepping on a Lego, as hack as it is, it's bad.
Right.
Imagine stepping on a Lego blazing sword.
I was just going to say that. Oh, that'd be terrible, man.
Man.
Your foot would be ruined.
You would never be able to walk again.
Probably not.
Wheelchair bound, thanks to Voltron sword.
Just cut your foot right off.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, I saw that, and it's like, I haven't bought Legos in a long time.
Same.
If it wasn't $180...
Yeah.
If it was like $80, I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably getting this.
I'll tell you this.
I don't know what I'm doing with it, but
as much as Lego appreciates, if I had $180, I still might buy it. You know, because so many of those sets go way up in value. Like the licensed ones and stuff.
Do you buy it and just put it away, or do you buy it and assemble it and then have Lego Voltron?
I'm very, very torn on that because obviously I would want to open the thing and put it together because Lego Voltron. But also, yeah, keeping it together would make it worth more. But as long as you keep all the pieces, it's still going to be worth, like, keep the box and the pieces. You can sell that stuff later if you wanted to for probably a lot of money.
True.
And honestly, I feel the same way about the Ghostbusters station and the Batcave. The Batcave, if I got that, it probably wouldn't even make it home before I'd start putting it together. You know? I'd start right there in the store and they'd be like, sir, you need to pay for that first.
Like, fuck you, I'm playing.
Yeah. Don't ruin my childlike imagination.
Right?
Alright, so...
Yeah.
So the shut up and take my money that I have, aside from Lego Voltron, is for San Diego Comic-Con. One of the exclusives that they announced is a Ron Swanson pop where he's in the robe and cornrows.
Alright, that's awesome.
And there you go. I just sent you a picture to it for it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I have to get one of those. And it looks like, I'm hoping, that it's not going to be one of those, like, every year they have ones that you can only get in San Diego, and then they have a lot of them that will show up in, like, GameStop and Hot Topic and stuff like that. So, I'm so hoping this is one of those that makes it there, because if not, I'm going to be so sad.
See, that's pretty terrific.
Right? That's, yeah. It was surprising, because I was kind of surprised they didn't do, like, a 2-pack with, like, him and Tammy or something like that.
Right.
One of the Tammys. Obviously, we know which one, because, you know, what's her name? His real-life wife.
Right.
I can't think of her name. Megan
Mullany.
Yeah.
Something like that, Mullany.
Anyway. But yeah, that, as soon as I saw that one, that was one that was like, well, this needs to happen, so.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's an excellent pop.
Mm-hmm. Definitely one of my favorites. So, yeah. And, you know, one that did, took my money. I got a hold of the Squints Wendy Peppercorn 2-pack from Target this week. I forgot.
Nice.
So love it so much. For those who don't know, it's from the movie Sandlot. And if you don't know, then, go watch Sandlot. It's a great movie.
Yeah, exactly. Stop being jerks. Just pause the podcast, watch the Sandlot, come back to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you'll understand.
Exactly.
Because it's from maybe the best scene in the whole movie.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah. All right. So that's what I got for Shut Up and Take My Money.
Beauty. Well, we'll end it with a little...
Shut up and take my money.
Nice.
All right.
I guess that leads us to our Q2W, Brian.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So last week we asked y'all, what one regular word would make an amazing game? Which brings us to Face Page. So I have a longtime friend of ours, doesn't pop into our Facebook very often, Jason Morrow.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, we've known that dude for 1,000 years. Yeah,
exactly. He says, looking through the synonyms of the word regular, either orthodox or typical might make amazing games. Oh, you making it way too literal.
I love it.
Yes.
That's exactly what we expect from him.
Yes. Our pal Philip, he says, crunch. It would be an extreme sport where you're rating how many bones are broken when you wreck.
Wow.
I like that he explained what the game is.
Me too. That's the best way to do it. Mm-hmm.
Ashley, she says, shenanigans.
No explanation, though, huh?
No explanation. Just shenanigans.
Fair enough. I mean, shenanigans really could be a game about anything. So.
Yeah, this is true.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing. Thanks, Dev. He says Brobdingnagan.
Okay.
Which I had to Google. Mm-hmm. And that is what... It means gigantic. It is from Gulliver's Travels.
Okay.
So I could see a Gulliver's Travels type of game.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see that. You could do a little, either it'll be kind of like, what was that, Shadow of the Colossus, or whatever that game was, when you had to climb all over these big monsters and defeat them.
Oh, yeah.
That was a cool game. Or it could be the other way around, and you could be Gulliver trying to avoid the little bastards. I can see that.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, the best way to make the game would be both.
Yeah. Oh, multiplayer. One guy is the giant, everyone else.
Oh, yeah, actually, that would work too, but I was thinking more just like you could choose one or the other. But yeah, your way's way better. I like that much better.
That'd be fun. Because everyone's got to team up to take out the giant.
Yeah, where it's like the Friday the 13th game kind of thing, where one person is Jason and everybody else is trying to not get killed by Jason.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Mm-hmm. Everyone's small people trying to trap him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ken Scherzer, he just says moist.
See, if you're going to use a word like moist and answer us, you really got to give it an explanation because, I
would like to know what moist the game means.
Me too. Like, do you win because you get the moistest? I mean, because if so, here's a pro tip for you. Just show them a picture of me or Tony.
Boom.
Or if you want to windmill slam win the game, show them a picture of both of us.
Right? Exactly.
Boom. Like Sexiest Podcast on the network for the win.
Well, then the game's going to have to change its name to Soaked.
Sploosh the game. Yep.
Yes. Sploosh the game. But that's all I have on Face Page, Brian.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yes.
Well, I thought we did not get any over on Twitter, but then I remembered that our friend Annalise actually responded with her recap of of an episode she listened to. And she says, trespass. Play the trespasser and try to sneak in and earn tools plus skills, or play the defender, protecting the compound and can earn weapons. Which it's using like that skin like I was saying about the Friday the 13th game, which, you can use in various ways and probably make different fun games out of.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could could see a game there's probably games like that out there, and we just don't know about them.
Oh, there probably is, yeah.
Because I don't know about you, I'm way out of the loop with video games.
I'm terribly out of the loop.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I'm like, you guys still play Galaga, right? That's me.
Don't you be dissing Galaga, mister.
Galaga's my jam.
All
you know that.
All right.
Dude, you know you and I, we're Galaga old school for life.
Truth.
Yeah. Line up quarters on the cabinet like, I got next, bitch.
Yeah. I never really had to do that because, I knew the people that worked at Major Magics. So
for sure.
They just walk up and give me like 1,000 credits.
That's accurate.
Which I didn't generally need, but whatever. Excuse me. So that leaves me to answer from Fluffy Bunny Ash, which is, she said there's 2 ways she could go. One way would be called the game Satan or Devil or Demonic, and the game is really just a cute, perfectly innocent Animal Crossing-like game with absolutely zero hidden evilness or anything.
I kind of like that idea.
Get all the religious zealots all riled up over the most innocent thing ever and see how many non-existent hidden meanings they can spin out of the cuteness.
Yes, I like this a lot.
Which clearly, kind of rolled out of our conversation about Magic. Right. About how people wouldn't let their kids play the color black in Magic and stuff. She said the other one is called the game Fluffy or Adorable, and the whole game is like super evil. And the whole point is to sacrifice people to demons and gain enough power to go on a GTA-style killing spree, so you can use the gratuitous amounts of blood to summon a giant demon and go on a Godzilla-like rampage destroying the whole city.
Nice.
I'm totally in for that second game. That's basically how I played Fable, so.
Right.
I wasn't summoning any demon, but I kind of just became the demon, so.
The demon.
Mm-hmm.
The demon.
Just went around sacrificing people and killing whoever I wanted.
I like it.
So that's what I got.
Beautiful.
Double check, make sure there wasn't any late entries. Nope. Okay.
I like what you got. Good job.
Well, I figure there, Brian, since it's our pre-4th of July show,
mm-hmm.
that I'm going to get, some stories from people. And I'd like to know what, everyone's best fireworks story is. And I don't mean like, oh my God, it was so majestic. I mean something horrifying.
Oh, man.
I mean, I got one lined up. I'll lead it off here.
Okay.
There was, once upon a time, my dad and I would go over to his friend's cottage a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And, for some reason they had a bright idea to launch fireworks,
mm-hmm.
like bottle rockets and whatever the bottle rockets big ripped up brother is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the fuck those are called?
Yeah.
They would angle them in the grates of the grill and launch them out.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we don't need a bottle, because if you do it like this, it kind of shoots it off at a 30-degree angle and arcs into the lake, and it's cool.
Okay.
Right?
At least they were aiming it toward the lake.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, but the way this cottage was laid out is it had a little tiny square deck,
mm-hmm.
right? And then it was, 90-degree angle, windows behind you, and then the other side is windows and the door in. Okay. And the grill was on the furthest outside corner away from everything, right?
Yeah.
So it was, all the guys basically, and by, my dad, his friend, and I think another guy, and then it was myself, my friend Jeff, and his sister. And we're all watching the fireworks, hooting, hollering, and having a good time, because 4th of July, it's what you do.
Right, America, got it.
America, yeah, we were American proudly.
Right.
Shooting off explosives into the water, littering. It's great.
Right, as the founding fathers would have wanted. Yep.
As the founding fathers would have wanted,
mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they get one of those big fat rockets, these big mammoth jammers that explode of colors and whatever else. And they light it, and then it's whoosh, and it's going, but the stick gets caught in the grill grate, right?
Oh, jeez.
So it's just sitting there trying to propel, but not moving anywhere. And then it moved by pivoting 180 degrees around and aiming at us.
Wow.
Which immediately everyone's like, ah!
Right.
And all the adults got in front of kids, which, shout out to them.
Yeah, right, for playing Human Shield. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem was we were all pressed against the windows and the door, which we can't open now because everyone's smashed against everything. And this fucking rocket that pivoted, it turned all the way around at us, and then it just kind of like, it was kind of like on a sprinkler arc. It just kept like going back and forth, waving in front of us. And then it just exploded in the grill. Like shit everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you might find this shocking. They stopped shooting rockets out of the grill crate.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, honestly, I'm a little surprised because most people don't tend to learn lessons from things going wrong with fireworks. They tend to just have some more beer and go back to it. So, yeah, shout out to them for doing that too.
But dude, when that thing pivoted and it just started it looked like it was tracking us.
Oh, it was.
Because it was just tracing back and forth, left and right. Mm-hmm. And if that thing would have broke loose, oh boy, someone would have probably been going to the hospital.
Right, yeah. It's like you drowned my family.
Yeah, it was, that was an intense day of fireworks.
Man. Yeah, it sounds like it would have been. Damn.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. Alright, so mine is, the only one I can really think of is one you were at too, which was at House of Fun. When we're right. At a friend's house throwing 4th of July party. He was, not us. Well, him and his roommate throwing a big old party. Everybody's just drinking like crazy, as one does, liberating, beer on America Day.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're, about to start shooting off some fireworks in the backyard. Me and Tony go outside and we're like, cool, and then we see at one point, they shot a few off and whatever. And then we see that they're just literally like duct taping just all the fireworks together. And we kind of looked at each other and we're like, we should probably leave. Because people drunk taping fireworks together, this can only lead to like lost limbs, fire, hilarious things, but not something you want to be part of,
It's super hilarious.
Yeah. I just remember us going in the house, and then I remember hearing something about that it didn't work the way they thought it was going to or whatever, but it was, and I think we went back outside and saw that, it basically had fizzled out. They couldn't get it to do, they were hoping to get it off the ground. I think they just had too many things.
Yeah, too much stuff taped to it.
Yeah. But honestly, and I'm pretty sure we left right after that though. We were like, they're going to keep trying this. We should really leave.
Well, here's what I remember this, is we were there. That was a long day of drinking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And not just then, drinking, but like they had various watermelons filled with stuff. Remember, was it Lumpy or whoever made us that peach drink?
Yeah.
There's like a smoothie or something like that. Oh, boy.
It was a shit show.
It was.
But what I remember is Jeannie showed up and someone else. I don't remember who was with her. There was another female though.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was Amber or if it was Jen.
And I don't recall either. Mm-hmm. And from what I remember, they showed up and we were hammered because they're there to pick us up basically. I think they're there to, join the party for a little bit and then leave.
Uh-huh.
And I want to say they showed up and it was such a shit show that they're like, yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And if you remember, they were shooting, House of Fun was in a bottle rocket war with the people across the street.
Oh man, I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah.
Because we were leaving and there was shit whizzing over our heads. I felt like I was like landing at like the beaches on Normandy or something.
Right. Yeah, because you're right. We didn't leave till a little later because Becky showed up. And she went inside and everything was devolving at that point. And I think she had like a beer and we were like, you and I were like, we need food. And I remember you and I think we rode to, what was it, Big Boy or something like that. And you and I each had our head out the window trying to sober up a little bit.
Yes.
Because we were
it's all it's kind of coming back to me.
Yeah. We were a mess.
Shocking, I know.
Yeah, but that was, it was a really fun party up until they were like, we're going to explode things. And yeah, that's when it got uncomfortable. So, yeah, it was good fun.
Which, I mean, I've been guilty of exploding things, you know.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, that's devolving into fireworks stories. I remember, because I used to spend a lot of time in the summer, like Columbus or Cincinnati and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my cousin had firecrackers for some reason. I don't remember why. And our whole goal was we were trying to build Lego structures that would withstand the explosion.
Oh, jeez.
So we'd build these little bunkers that had like a slot for you to slide a firecracker in.
Sure.
Light it, and then see what happens, basically.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
I'm glad I got all
terrible
my
idea.
fingers and stuff.
Yeah, right. Jeez. You know, that's one of those things I never really messed around with, like firecrackers and stuff.
Right?
Yeah, it's just never really interested me a whole lot. Honestly, I've never been all that enamored by fireworks either. You know, I don't know. They're just whatever. So, yeah, that's why I've lit off bottle rockets before, but every time I've done it, it's been, you know, where they're pointing a different direction and, you know, I mean,
you mean like a controlled environment?
Yeah, like you're supposed to. Yeah.
What? Why would you do that, Brian?
Yeah, and I don't hang on to them forever, and yeah, none of that crap. I'm not launching them out of my hand, you know.
God, yeah, I've seen that so many times.
Or worse, the people who launch them out of their butts, you know.
Well, yeah, those people just deserve everything they get.
Yeah, I always just root for the thing to explode when that happens, but
yeah,
generally doesn't. So what are you gonna
do? Yeah, exactly. Keep open.
Yep. So I'm hoping people got some
baby Jesus.
Yeah, right. I'm hoping people got some good stories here.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well.
Like, for clarification, it doesn't have to just be like fireworks. Like, you know, like ours wasn't so much about the fireworks. It was more about like the idiots trying to do something with the fireworks, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, even if fireworks were not successfully shot, if someone had some idea similar to that one, you know, let us hear it.
Yeah, so for next time, let's say, hear your fireworks stories.
Show me what you got!
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, well, I think we got ourselves a program, sure.
I think we do. I think we got a show and shiznit.
Cool. I guess as always, we'll, you know, say, hey, why don't you head on over to Salty Language? We'd really appreciate it. You can check out previous episodes there. You can see all the, or, you know, listen to the enthusiast episodes that we've done. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent Bound Network. And
danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
Nice.
So go check those out if you would. Maybe you'll find some other podcasts that you like.
Ooh. Don't say.
Whatever you want to do. I can't force you to do anything.
Right. It's true.
While you're on the website, or if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please swing by our site. Click the Amazon banner and then go shop away as normal. They give us a little something for sending business to them, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and they don't reveal to us like what you buy or give us any information about you or anything at all. So,
unless we ask nice.
Yeah. Tony sends them nudes, then they send us info.
Yeah, exactly. Remember that bat nude?
Yeah. When you said that, I was just thinking of the Batwing from Waiting.
Yeah, I put on a Batman condom.
Like, wait, this is more Man-Bat.
Exactly.
I don't know what that means. All right. All of our social media links are over on the website also. If you'd like to help us out, we'd appreciate it if you're using Apple Podcast. If you'd rate, review, and subscribe. If you have not already, 5-star ball wash. Don't forget to put that in there. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
If you use Stitcher, Spotify, or other podcast apps, please use the like or share options to help us maybe get found by other peoples. and, you know, share our posts on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, with your pals, you know? Be like, hey, go get stimulated by these guys.
I mean, we are your pals, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want to make us sad.
Exactly. It's what Murica would want.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now we're talking.
Yep. It's what Jeebus Washington would want.
Yeah, that's right, damn it.
Oh, man.
Well, all this American talk on Canada Day. That's what we do.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, that just seems, seems right for Americans to do, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, happy Canada Day to anyone listening, or belated Canada Day, if you will. Am I forgetting anything from the website, Tony?
I don't think so, Brian.
All right. Well, if you want to reach out to the show, like, here's an idea. You can suggest Shut Up and Take My Monies to us also.
Please.
Or stories, or Q of the W's. If you'd like to email them to us, that can be done at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can send them to us on the tweeters at salty_language. I'm on Twitter at Stunami.
I am there at Monotony.
He's not really there.
Yeah, I'm barely there. I mean, you could find me.
The monotony is a lie.
It's true. The monotony's not a lie. It's very monotonous, my account.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
You're right. The monotony is a lie then.
Yes.
Oh, man. What are we on Instagrams? I forgot.
We are Salty Language on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about on the Snapchats?
Salty_language on the Snapchats.
Okay. I'm at Ninjitsu if you want to follow me.
Nice.
I think that's everything, right?
I believe so.
All right, cool. Well, until next time, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Man, stay like Murica, y'all.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Or at least keep all your fingers on your hands and toes and mouth.
Yep. Here's the right thing to do. Have some Croft dinner, put some maple syrup on it.
Perfect.
Wash it down with a Budweiser, and then go blow a bunch of shit up.
Nice.
Happy Most of North America Day.
I like it.
Nice.
That's what we should celebrate. Most of North America Day.
Yeah. That seems, I mean, we should just include Mexico.
Probably. They seem like they deserve to be included.
Right. And they've got some good eats. So.
Fuck yeah, they do.
That's what I'm saying. So. All right. So whatever it is that you have to eat on this 4th of July or Canada Day, whatever it was, make sure you have some hobo butter on top.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's so delicious.